Hello everyone, welcome. Today you're learning economies of scale, which is in the module 2. What is economies of scale? The meaning says that it's a cost advantage experienced by a firm when it increases its level of output. When the level of output increases, there is some advantage for the firm who manufactures it. So what are the advantage? It might be the cost advantage. So whatever cost advantage experienced by a firm, when it increases its output, it's defined as economies of scale. The greater the quantity of output produced, the lower the per unit fixed cost. Isn't it? When you produce more, your per unit fixed cost will become lesser and lesser when the output produced is more. On the right side, I have told you a picture. Economies of scale might be reduction in logistic costs, cheaper capital, reduction in promotion costs, spreading of risks, efficient production, and buying in bulk. So these are the advantages what people get when they produce more. That means when the output increases, there are some advantages, and all these advantages being mentioned here. However, in the next slides we will mention what is the specific advantage by expanding its output. There are two types of economies of scale. The first economy of scale is about internal economies, which highlight the advantages of a company due to the use of modern techniques. There is another one called external economies. These are the advantages that the company obtains because of external factors. For example, you have a high technology machine. That's an advantage because you produce more with a better quality. That's called as internal economies. For example, the government have made some lenient rules for your company. So what do? There are advantages because of that. So external economies are that one which takes place out of your company, and internal economies are those which takes place inside the economy, inside the company. Types of economies of scale. As I mentioned, there is internal, which is inside the company, external, which is outside the company. We have defined economies of scale into two, and these two are further classified into few of those economies of scale. Let's learn one by one. The first one is internal economies of scale. Under internal, you have managerial economies of scale. That says that managerial decisions will be an advantage for a company which is inside the company. Whatever the managerial decisions will be taken, that will be inside the company, and as the expansion produces, managerial advantages will come to you. Next is financial advantages. For example, if you're producing in bulk, you would buy at a lesser cost. That's a financial advantage. And technical advantage, as you're producing more, you will find more technology. You will fit in more technology to your company. When you fit in more technology, definitely the output with a better quality increases. Next, marketing economies of scale. Even if you produce one, you need to market. Even if you produce 1,000, you need to market. Even if you produce 10,000, you need to market. So when you are producing more, the marketing cost will be lesser and lesser as the output increases. These are all happening inside the company. Managerial decision, financial decision, technical decision, and marketing decision, everything happens inside the company. So they are categorized under the internal economies of scale. Next is external economies of scale. This external economies of scale happening outside the company. What are those? Economies of information. This information will be passed on to the supplier, to the customer, to the government, whatever it might be. Information will be gathered about your company outside, and all the information will be passed on. If it is positive in nature, definitely your company will grow better. Next is resource and development. You can find the resources, the technological development outside your company, and then you can bring into your own company. So this resource and development happens outside the company. Next is economies of concentration. If your company is doing better, there is another B company coming in and starting up next to your place because you are also doing good and they also want to do. Like this, several companies will come after you doing better. That is called economies of concentration. All the industries, all the firms will be concentrated on a particular area. This happens outside the company, of course. Next is economies of specialization. You will become a specialized company in producing a product. So these are the two economies of scale which will be learned. The first one is internal and the second one is external economies of scale, which will be further classified into 4 in internal, 4 in external. There are other economies too, but only the important one I have mentioned here. Next, we are moving into another topic called as revenue curves. This is very important topic because you will learn the revenue, cost, profit, everything on the basis of this. What is revenue? The revenue of a firm constitutes the receipts of money from the sale of goods and services over a given time period. People must not get confused in the terms of revenue and in the terms of profit. Revenue is the receipts of money from the sale of goods and services. Profit is the amount of money left over after costs are taken away. If costs are taken away, that means from the revenue, if the cost has been subtracted, you will get profit. Next, you have different kinds of revenue. First one is total revenue, second one is average revenue, and the third one is marginal revenue. What is this? Total revenue is the total receipts of money received from a firm from the sale of a good. So whatever sales you have done, whatever the receipts of money you have got, if you calculate the sum of it, it is called as total revenue. How do you calculate total revenue? It is total revenue is equal to price at which the quantities are sold and the quantity, that is P into Q. So TR is equal to P into Q is called as total revenue. Next comes average revenue. What is average revenue? This is the amount of money received on an average on each good sold. So you have produced, if you sum up everything, it's called total revenue. If you take one by one good, and the money, the receipts for each good is called as average revenue. The formula for that is AR is equal to TR divided by Q. The last concept under revenue curves is marginal revenue. Marginal cost is the cost of producing one more unit of output. Marginal revenue is the revenue received from selling one more unit of output. If you receive money selling of one more unit of output, that is called as marginal revenue, is equal to change in TR divided by change in output. Next comes cost curve. What is cost? Cost is an expenditure required to produce or sell a product or to get an asset ready for normal use. It is an expenditure. What is marginal cost? It is the additional cost incurred in the production of one more unit of a good. How do you calculate? Change in TC by change in the quantity of good will give you the marginal cost. Next comes total cost. What is total cost? The total cost is an actual cost incurred in the production of a given level of output. So, whatever the actual cost you are bearing, that is called as total cost, is equal to total variable cost minus total fixed cost. And the last is average cost. What is this? As I said, average is per unit cost of production. This can be had by dividing your total cost divided by total. Okay, I think you understood the revenue and cost curves for the class now. Thank you.